Hello everyone, this is Group 4. Today we want to give you a presentation about the general understanding and the overview of organic chemistry. So let's get started. So our group includes 5 members: Ma Tấn Thác, Nguyễn Trí Minh, Mỹ, Lê Thái Khánh Nhi, Phan Nhật Sâm, and Đặng Hoàng Nam. So our presentation includes 3 parts. First, we will discover the general understanding about organic chemistry. The second part is the role of organic chemistry in today's life, and the final part is the role of organic chemistry in the future. So first, we will come to the general understanding about organic chemistry. Organic chemistry is the study of the structure, properties, composition, reactions, and preparation of the compounds formed by carbon and other elements are found in living things and in the products of living things and wherever else carbon is found. So organic chemistry is pretty much everywhere. Organic chemistry is all around us. You are a highly skilled organic chemist. As you watch this video, your eyes are using an organic compound called retinal to convert visible light into nerve impulse. As you picked up a book, your muscles were doing chemical reactions on sugars to give you the energy you needed. As you understand, gaps between your brain cells are being bridged by simple organic molecules called neurotransmitter amines, so that nerve impulse can be passed around your brain, and you did all that without consciously thinking about it. The range of chemicals studied in organic chemistry includes hydrocarbons, the compounds containing only carbon and hydrogen, as well as compounds based on carbon but also containing other elements, especially oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, and the halogens. Organic metallic chemistry is the study of compounds containing carbon metal bonds. At present, there are over 16 million organic compounds known. Among the 16 that have been made, there are all kinds of molecules with amazingly varied properties. The variety presents in state such as solid, gases, waxes, color, odor, and even taste. And the range of applications of organic compounds is enormous and also includes, but it is not limited to pharmaceuticals, foods, explosives, paints, and cosmetics. And the creation of new molecules has given us new material such as plastic to make things, new dyes to color our clothes, new perfumes to wear, and new drugs to cure disease. Next, we will come to the second part is the role of organic chemistry in today's life. This will include 2 parts. The first part is organic chemistry in our body. We will talk about some vital compounds to the species body, and the second part is the organic chemistry in medicine and the battle with other disease. We will discover how organic chemistry can be used to cure dangerous disease. So first, we will come to nucleic acid. Life begins with nucleic acid. It's the biopolymers are essential to all known forms of life. The term nucleic acids are the overall name for DNA and RNA and ATP too. Nucleic acid stores genetic information, and they are made of 3 parts: a heterocyclic base, a sugar, and a phosphate ester. For example, ATP consists of 3 components: a nitrogenous base, adenine, the sugar ribose, and the triphosphate. ATP is an organic compound and hydrotrope that provides energy to drive many processes in living cells found in all known forms of life. ATP is often referred to as the molecular unit of currency of intracellular energy. Next is sugar. Sugars are the building blocks of carbohydrates. They used to be thought of as essential but rather dull molecules whose function was principally the storage of energy. In fact, they have much more interesting and varied roles than that. We have already noted that ribose plays an intimate role in DNA and RNA structure and function. Sugars are also often found in intimate association with proteins and are involved in recognition and adhesion process. And the most important sugars is glucose. It has a saturated six-membered ring. Here is two representations of glucose. One thing that you may not know is vitamin C is a derivative of glucose. Nature makes some important compounds from simple sugar, and vitamin C or ascorbic acid is one of these. It certainly looks very like a sugar as it has 6 carbon atoms and each having an oxygen atom as substitution as well as an oxygen heterocycle. It protects cells from stray oxidants as well as being involved in primary redox pathways. Vitamin C is also essential to the formation of collagen, and this is why vitamin C deficiency causes scurvy, the symptoms of 18th century sailors with the symptoms like sores, blister, and loose teeth. Were caused by the inability to form collagen. Last is the well-known compounds called lipid or fats are the principal components of cells' membranes. They are a major form of energy storage both in animal and plants. And another function of lipid is dissolving fat-soluble vitamins or ADEK, essential nutrients stored in the liver and fatty tissue. The most common type of lipid is ester of glycerol. Glycerol is the propan 1,2,3 triene, but it has interesting stereochemistry. The lipid has more or less the conformation shown in the diagram, which are the polar ester groups at one end and the hydrocarbon chains bunched together in a nonpolar region, and a drop of oil spreads out on water in a very thin layer. It does so because the ester groups sit inside the water and the hydrocarbon side chains stick out on the water and associate with each other. Next, we will come to the role of organic chemistry in medicine and battle with other disease. It's the battle to save life. Humans are now facing our most challenging diseases such as cancer, AIDS, and influenza pandemic. The most dramatic scientific developments involving organic chemistry at the beginning of the 21st century are new methods in medicine from collaboration between organic chemists and biologists. Hundreds of successful cures for hundreds types of cancer. At the turn of the 21st century, it was the case that there were some chance of survival for all known types of childhood cancer, and the drug called Gilbert, launched in 2001, now essentially cures 75% of patients with chronic myeloid leukemia. The other disease is AIDS. Curing AIDS with antiviral drugs, notably AZT, were used with some success. These drugs imitate natural nucleoside, or AZT imitates deoxythymidine and inhibit the virus from copying its RNA into DNA inside human cells by inhibiting the reverse transcriptase enzyme. So, the most dangerous disease now is the influenza pandemic. Several times in history, the influenza virus have caused deaths. The 1918 flu pandemic have caused from 50 to 100 million deaths, and now is the COVID-19 pandemic. The vaccination can prevent the spread of flu, but influenza vaccines are slow to produce and difficult to generalize because of the rate of mutation of the virus. So the first line of defense is a class of antiviral drugs, compounds known as neuraminidase inhibitors. Neuraminidase is an enzyme used by the flu virus that targets the human cell surface carbohydrates containing neuraminic acid and allows the virus to release itself from the host cell. Inhibition of this enzyme prevents
In the final part in our presentation today, we will talk about the role of organic chemistry in our future, and we will go to three main points in this part. Is first is the adventure in fighting drugs. Second is a nature is a super synthetic chemist. And third is the new explore and creations in the future. As we will talk about nature, as we know, nature is the super synthetic chemist, and organic chemist has spent the last century exploring efficient ways of building molecular structures more efficiently than nature. And as we can see in the first picture, is the Friedrich Höhler was born in 1800 and passed away in 1882, and he is a German organic chemist, and he has achieved a lot of success in organic chemistry and contribute to the modern organic chemistry nowadays, such as isolated aluminum in 1827, synthesis urea in 1828, discover beryllium in 1828, and obtaining acetylene from calcium. And in the next picture, is Henry Bessemer was born in 1813 and died in 1898. And his progress of chemical synthesis has already blotted out the old distinction between inorganic and organic chemistry, and we can no longer say of organic bodies that they are the products of living cells. Sometimes chemists use nature's enzymes to do a job, or even force them to evolve to do a job better by cloning useful enzymes in bacteria and forcing them to mutate. High-speed evolution can be induced, and enzymes can be created to do a job better, faster, and at a different temperature from their original wild-type ancestors. And in the picture on our right hand is the process that chemists use to create new enzymes. Next, we will find out some problems that chemists encounter in fighting drugs. As we know, fighting drugs is a difficult job, and the number of new drugs launched each year is dropping as it becomes harder and more expensive to advance beyond existing treatment, and as for demands for more stringent safety increase. Among them might well be molecules that will have all the specific attributes we want a potential drug to exhibit, but new drugs are made. You know why? Because they can be made by the chemists, and I believe that. Chemists with the periodic table, a supply of raw materials, a laboratory, and their ingenuity can make everything. I believe that in the future, chemists will use elements that they never used, like rhodium, ruthenium, barium, or phosphine ligands, for that matter, have never reaction exploited by any known biological process. What molecules chemists will make next and how they make them might determine the well-being of huge number of people in the future, but we may well not know it until then. And finally, I would like to thank all the authors for submitting their excellent work, and we truly hope this special issue can provide inspiration to researchers for further creative investigations in organic chemistry.